Hello, everybody, and welcome to another chaotic live stream here at BirdNerd HQ. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending where you're in the world. Always lovely to do a live stream. It's really fun to connect with you guys, and we'll see if the birds want to behave today or not. It's just me today. David is next door with our neighbour playing Warhammer. So with me managing the chaos of the birds. I am going to get Olive and Charlie out a little bit later, but I like to do a little kind of update on how things have been going and some little conversation topics and stuff before we get started. As usual, if you guys have any questions you want to ask me, any conversation topics, drop them in the chat. Obviously, I try and keep up with them, but because I've got dodgy eyes, if I miss anything, just put it back in the chat again. We'll get to it. That's why I like David here. He helps me with the chat, but it's just me, so it'll be fine. So yeah, the birds always get really excited when it's live streaming time. Hopefully they'll be quiet-ish, but it is a reality of living with birds. Special hello and shout out to my patrons and channel members. It's amazing to have you guys here. Always a pleasure. And of course, everybody else who's here, whether you're watching that back later or you're here live, thank you so much for joining us. It's always just lovely to see all of you here. It's really dark today. It's like non-stop rain, which is typical British summer. Controversial. I actually prefer that. I don't like hot weather. It's really intolerable when it's hot in the UK for like the 2 weeks a year that it is hot. I like a drizzly day, I'm not going to lie. So I don't mind, but it makes the camera look a bit weird, but it'll be fine. So yes, drop anything you like in the chat. We can all have fun together. And I'll tell you a little bit about what has been going on in our lives. It's been a bit hectic, to be honest. We've had a lot going on. As somebody who doesn't get out as much as she used to in her prime, if there ever was a prime, I'm a bit tired now. I need to like relax for the next month. Having a little crisp apple juice for this live. So yeah, as I said, Olive and Charlie will come out a little bit later because I know they're quite excited too, aren't you? Olive's like bobbing at me, really excited. So yes, hi everyone who's filtering in. Thank you for joining us today. So I thought I'd give you a little update on what I've been up to. So you guys may have seen me went to the Pet Parrot Gathering. I put up a video of that. Loads of fun, lovely to meet lots of you guys. I know Pioneers Tales is here. It's lovely to meet you as well. Go and check out her video of it on her channel. It was a really fun event. I'm really looking forward to next year's. It's only going to get busier. So if you're in the UK or you fancy a UK summer holiday, do make sure you come next year because there's just loads of like shopping to do, lots of meeting cool birds, talks from really cool people as well. So yeah, it was really good fun. It was a long day. It was like about 7.5 round trip, which is a lot of traveling, but yeah, it was worth it. So that was good fun. Easy Chick also came over the other day, which is really fun to take some content. As you guys probably know, I'm a brand ambassador for Easy Chick, which is a dust-free substrate for the cages. So that was really nice and really lovely. Got loads of content, that sort of thing. What else? We went to a YouTube event the other day. When was it? Thursday, I think it was, up in London at YouTube HQ. I've been there once before for like a research kind of thing, but went up there, loads of people there. Didn't meet any other pet tubers, which is a shame. We felt a little bit like, not left out, but like we're the only ones. It would have been really cool to like know if there were any other pet tubers. Probably not like parrot people, but other kind of reptiles or rodents, whatever it is. That would have been fun. But yeah, it was really interesting. Learned a lot. Hopefully something to make our channels be seen by people, because obviously we want to spread the good word about how to look after our little lovely birdies. That was a bit of a long trip as well, but you know, anywhere out of like the middle of nowhere where we live is always a bit of a long trip. But you know, it was a nice day out. There was like tasty food and drinks and little photo ops, and they gave us loads of YouTube swag. We've got like camping chairs, blankets, tote bags, hats, bottles, socks, all YouTube branded. So definitely like full on YouTube, but you know, it's a nice touch to offer that sort of thing. So that was a fun event. And now I need to sleep for a month because I'm never this social. So, and the birds are totally fine for all this stuff. Our neighbour popped in, did some target training with them through the bars, which they all really liked. So yeah, they're very good. Gina, did I taste any of the treats? I'm assuming you mean from the parrot event. No, I didn't. I have tasted some parrot food before. You know, like the colourful pellets that we always advise people not to have? Yeah, they taste like cereal, but that wasn't at the event. I have tried that before. There wasn't like a little tasting platter. Say hi to the birdies. Yeah, all the birdies are here. They're all fine. I'll give you an update on them in a minute. Charlie Bear. Oh dear. Is there a magpie outside? Naughty magpie. Just have a quick look at the chat before I dive into things. I know we have to clean the perches in the cage. Do we have to clean the toys? Yes. So with any toys that we bring in, we always spray them with F10, just for peace of mind. If toys get a bit of mess on them, you can again spot clean them with F10. But normally, if they get kind of poo on them and stuff, I just throw them away and start again. Because you don't want dirty toys in the cage. Some are easy to clean, some aren't. Yeah. Looking to decide what parrot I should get, a cockatiel, a conure, a lovebird. I don't really like to recommend specific species to people because they're all so unique and we all have different wants and needs for our birds and what we can provide for them. The one thing I always say is to try and get two because from your message, you go to school, parrots are very much a flock species and they do need companionship. And if you're at school for a long period of time, they can potentially get a bit lonely. Not all single parrots are lonely, but, oh my goodness, you guys, they're so naughty. They're starting early today. Not all single birds are unhappy or lonely, but giving them a companion of their own kind is really valuable for communication, as you can tell, because you're so naughty. Do you mind? They are so naughty. Okay, so yeah, basically, I can't tell you what bird to get, if you can hear me. That's something you have to do more research on and see how their kind of species traits, typical species traits, because what you read isn't necessarily what you're going to get. But yeah, I can't tell you what species to get. Goodness me. I think I might have to get them out in a second, which is really bad training. We always say this on the live streams. All of our training goes out the window because I have to try and keep them quiet. And this isn't normally how I would respond to quiet. Shh. Charlie Bear, you're so naughty, aren't you? Should we get you out? Right, bear with me 1 second. I know, you're so cheeky. Oh, here we go. Sweet baby Olive's here. Hello. Can you say hi, everybody? Can you say hello? Good girl. Where's your treats? Every time I sort of plan the live stream, it always goes out the window. I should have tried the papaya treats. I love papaya. Papaya is super tasty, so I should have tried those, shouldn't I? Just trying to keep it on the chat. Yeah, some bird toys, when you try and clean them, the dye all comes off and then you get covered in it. So it doesn't always work. Can you say, hello, everybody? I'm so smart. I'm glad you guys can hear me because it's always really hard to tell because Joe, you've got to think about being an early bird. Thank you very, very much for your generosity. That's very, very kind of you. Yeah, you're just wonderful, and thank you so much for being here today. It's very, very sweet of you. And hello to everybody who's just kind of filtering in. Yeah, you're very, very naughty, Joe. For anyone who's unfamiliar, we have the naughty club for anybody who does this sort of thing. You're being naughty now. And yeah, it's just the awkward Britishness of not knowing what to say because you guys are so sweet. So thank you very much. Hi, Charlie Bear. Can we dance before we tell people what's going on? Ready? Can you do 1 and 2? Don't normally do it with my hand, do you? Ready? 1 and 2. No, we're just going to do 1. Should we do 1? Okay, we'll just do 1. Maybe she'll want to do some more dancing later. Hello, Charlie Bear. Hello, here he is. Little Char. You're being so naughty. Should we put... Baby Olive can go on the play stand. I've kind of prepared already. You can pop yourself up there. And then Charlie can come and be cheeky. You like to talk, don't you, when I'm here? What was I even talking about? You're very cheeky, aren't you? Should we show it? Oh my goodness. Baby bird. Baby, baby. Love you, baby, baby. Baby, baby. Kiss. Oh, thank you so much. Right, where was I? This is what happens when David's not here. It's absolute chaos. Okay. Yeah, it was lovely to meet you guys at the parrot event for those of you who came. Right, okay. Baby bird. Do you want to flip for everybody? You do. You flip. Oh, he's so clever. So yes, how is everything going? Charlie has been losing a few feathers, which means that he's probably coming to molt, which is exciting, isn't it? We haven't experienced a molt with Charlie yet, so we don't know how his behaviour is going to be or anything like that. You wave to everybody. Oh, he's so smart. So that's cool. Olive, you want to come back in? Well, that's going to make it even harder having a parrot on each hand. I love you, Charlie. You're doing really well, aren't you? I tell you, living with Charlie is one of the best things that's happened to her. She's so confident now. Her fitness is improved because she's always flying after Charlie. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Are you going to give everyone a kiss? No, okay, we're going up top. I don't think anyone wants to see under there. It's a bit, I have to put a content warning. Do you mind? Sure. Oh my goodness. Nobody wants to see your behind, do they? You want to come here? Thank you so much. So yeah, Olive's confidence has massively improved since she has loved you too. My baby. Okay, apparently going to see Charlie's back end now. You're not both going up there. You're not supposed to ruin the work laptop. See, this is what I mean. It's just chaos. Charlie's just dancing on top of the laptop now. Chip and Fish have finally finished their molt, Chip and Fish have finally finished their molt, which went on for ages. A lot of people get worried about how long molts last for. They can last a long time sometimes, but we are glad that it's finally coming to an end because a lot of cockatiel dust everywhere is not very nice. Let's pop yourself on there. There we go. We can bring. Oh yeah, I love you too. I'm going to place Sand into shot. Can you come here? He's a good boy. Kipling and Louis have been extra cheeky. They've been loving their toys. Are going through going through lots of toys at the moment, like balsa toys and solar. They're just going nuts, chewing them. But I'm quite happy with that. I'm more than happy to spend money on toys if it means they're going to get used. So that's always fun. And then Pickles and Scampi have been a little bit hormonal, which isn't uncommon this time of year. And the kind of nice thing, it sounds weird, the nice thing about them being hormonal is Pickles is more interested in cuddling me. She's more of a daddy's girl, but when she goes into hormone mode, come here. You just got to talk on top of there. When she goes into hormone mode, she really wants to cuddle me, so I feel quite special then. So that's been kind of nice. The other weird thing about her being hormonal, though, is she wants to put her beak, Charlie. She wants to put her beak up David's nose, which is really gross. You are so noisy. You coming? You put your feet in front of the camera. Could you come here for a moment, please? Thank you. Would you like a straw? I'm going to keep you quiet for like 2 minutes. Give baby Olive one. Do you want this? Yeah. And then baby Charlie can have one as well. So yeah, all the birds are doing really well. Nothing really to report, which is the way we like it, really. Yes, with toys, we just spray them with F10. Obviously, more reusable ones you can use like washing up liquid and water. You can use poop off if there is some poo on there, but normally if they're kind of soiled, you want to get rid of them. But F10 is pretty good at actually disinfecting toys and making them safe to use as well. Yeah, Charlie is so cheeky. All the birds, like, some of them are a little bit interested in my normal laptop, but this work one, which has a better camera, for some reason they're like, we know that this isn't the one we're supposed to be destroying, so let's be cheeky. So yeah, it's not an award, Ponytails. It's actually a neon light. Again, YouTube Shorts around Christmas time, they sent us this like shorts neon light, which is really cool. The only problem is the remote doesn't work, so when you turn it on, it's really, really red. And that looks really weird from the outside. If you're an adult and you know what red lights mean, that's really weird. And we don't want to be doing anything like that. So we don't put it on, but it's nice in the background, just like a little more YouTube branding. We love a gift and a freebie. Yeah, Laura, if it's a toy that shouldn't get wet, you can just, like, I kind of do it like kitchen roll, just spray a bit of F10 on kitchen roll and then just kind of wipe the toy, because obviously you don't want to saturate natural toys because then they have more of a risk of it kind of going mouldy and stuff like that. And yeah, you can tear off dirty bits as well. If it's easy to cut off, that's fine. And then just BirdNerd red light dish. That's definitely not something that we're doing here. But it's, yeah, the light is so bright and we would love to have it on in like the background, but it's too much. And we tried to buy a new remote for it, so it doesn't work. So it's just, you know, a little background thing. You can use vinegar and water to clean stuff. That is fine, but we do prefer F10 because it's like the next step up. It's a little bit better, and it has like proven stuff that it kills off. I'm not going to say like names of things, but you can go and look up the F10 website if you want to know exactly what it does. I'm going to have another little sip of drink. So we've got silence now because we've got the treat straws. Charlie is very meticulous with his treat straws. He spends like twice as long as Olive does with getting them. And he learned to use them by watching Olive with hers, because before he just kind of throw it around. Now he's very, very clever. So you finished yours now, haven't you? Yeah. So will you go on here for a second so I can show everybody something I wanted to do? No, okay, fantastic. So don't forget you can ask me questions and stuff, guys, or conversation topics. Pop yourself on there for a second. There's a good boy. I wanted to show you something that I showed on Patreon ages ago, so I can kind of show it in the main kind of YouTube stuff now, because obviously we like to keep Patreon stuff exclusive. But a lot of people ask me about feeding raw whole food nutrition and the raw diet that we do, where we don't really feed processed pellets and that kind of thing, and how we meet the needs of our birds and make sure that we are offering all vitamins and minerals and that kind of stuff, because obviously people get quite concerned that their bird might be missing something, which I completely understand. You know, it's not, you can't just make a chop out of, like, see there's a lot on social media, like carrot, cucumber, corn and bell pepper. That's not a chop. That's not going to be balanced. That's not going to give your bird what they need. So I wanted to tell you kind of how we balance what we do, so that we do meet the needs of all of the birds. And it's really important to remember that with any micronutrients, they don't need lots of them. You know, they're not going to need like oodles and oodles of iodine, for example. But if you're offering a food that, what are you doing? Offering a food from lots of different food groups, you are more likely to actually kind of meet all of the needs that they have. Because I'm not going to get into the pellet debate now, like it's too much and it gets a bit heated. But processed pellets for parrots are based on the nutritional needs of commercially bred chickens for like the meat and egg industry. So that sort of pellet based on corn, wheat and soy is not going to meet the nutritional needs of almost 400 species of exotic parrots who have completely different diets, which is one of the main reasons why we move towards a raw whole food nutrition diet. Anyway, oh dear. Oh my goodness, let's move Olive from off the top of there, because we don't want everyone seeing your bum instead of what I'm going to show everybody. Can you set yourself up there just for a second? Oh, she's so clever. Well done. We have a little treat for that. Well done. Anyway, not sponsored, but if you guys have this book or you've seen this book before, it's Parrots Healthy Dining Go Raw. It would be if Charlie's bum wasn't in the way. Woohoo! Do you want to come here? Thank you very much. Okay, Singaporean 6 is very kind of you, and I know you're probably sending that for cheeky Charlie, who is very overstimulated. Oh my goodness. Can you say thank you? Say birdie bird, say thank you. I love you. Did you hear that? I hope you heard that. Say I love you. Oh, and kisses too. Say hello. You're giving kisses to everybody, and you're biting me as well. What a naughty little baby. Yes, he is laughing. Come in. You say, baby, baby. Okay. Well, I'm going to try and move Charlie away from the camera because I wanted to show you this. You guys, you are so naughty. You guys may be familiar with this book. It's by Carmen Badai, called A Parrots Healthy Dining Go Raw. This is an excellent book. It's not sponsored. It is in my Amazon store. So if you're in the UK and you want to support the channel, you can get it from there, or you can get it from her website, Polysexual Parrot Boutique. And when Charlie calms down, I'm going to show you what I mean about balancing the micronutrients. And yes, it's called Easy Chick. It's dust-free wood fibre bedding that is untreated and unscented. Are you having another straw, Charlie? You're so naughty. It's completely bacteria-free because it's treated with an organic substance, which makes bacteria-free. It's totally safe for birds. Been using it for ages, obsessed. And I am a brand ambassador, so I'm kind of biased, but we've been using it before we got in with Easy Chick stuff. But anyway, this is an amazing book. Love all this kind of stuff. And I'm not going to show you too much because obviously, it's not my book to share, but I wanted to highlight this chapter for you, which is essential vitamins and minerals for parrots. And what this does is it goes through all the different vitamins and minerals that your bird needs. It tells you what to look for with deficiencies and excess of providing those. But the other cool thing as well is for each one, it gives you suggested sources. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples. I'm obviously not going to share the whole chapter, but I just wanted to give you a couple of examples of why this is so useful. So what should we go for? Let's have a look. Vitamin B7 biotin. So suggested sources for vitamin B7, if I can say it, would be almonds, bananas, cauliflower, egg yolk, raspberry, walnuts, and whole grains. And we've always got something like that in our birds' diet pretty much every single week. Obviously, egg yolks, we don't feed egg too often. That's more of like during molting and that kind of thing, because obviously it's high in cholesterol and very nutrient dense. But offering egg yolk occasionally, it's got a source of vitamin D3. That is great. So, all of those things for many birds who are on this kind of fresh diet or would enjoy some of these things would actually be getting that vitamin B7. And remember, we're talking about really teeny tiny amounts of nutrition there. We don't need tons and tons of almonds upon almonds, that kind of thing. As long as you're offering some of these things throughout the week, you're going to be meeting those needs. What else we've got here? Vitamin K. There are so many sources of vitamin K. You've got things like artichoke, bok choy, Brussels sprouts, carrot, cauliflower, collard greens, cucumber, dandelion leaves, green beans, green peas, kale, rocket or arugula, loads of lettuces and things like that, various fruits. Most of those things, once your bird is used to eating some of these fresher foods, you're going to have these, or at least one of these, within your bird's diet. Or, this is the way that you can work it out. If you go through all of these vitamins and minerals and go, oh, I'm missing, I don't know, what have we got? Iodine, for example. Budgies used to be very low in iodine because of the kind of poor seed diets that used to be quite familiar, but now a lot of budgies are moving on to healthier diets. Iodine for vegetables is watercress, and then for other would be eggs and whole grains. And if you're feeding soaked and sprouted items, you're probably going to be feeding some of those whole grains where iodine is going to be present. So there's loads and loads of information in this book anyway, and all of the other ones from her range. But I just think this is really amazing. And for the people who have been looking into like raw whole food nutrition and you're not really sure sort of how to do it, and what if you're missing something from the diet, that is a really awesome resource, because you can go through and be like, okay, have I got something from this vitamin? Have I got something from this vitamin? And yes, it's time consuming, but that's the reality of providing a healthy diet. It's not as simple as just getting a bag of pellets off the shelf. That's not going to be meeting your bird's needs as a standalone. And that's not to demonize anyone who does feed pellets. If that's what you want to do and that's your choice, then fine. We offer some tops pellets in our dry mix, but you can't just feed pellets alone. There's no such thing as a complete diet for a parrot in pelleted, shelf-stable, dry, extruded form. You have to be feeding fresh stuff. There's no omega-3s, which are anti-inflammatory in any pellet brand. You have to be providing those in the diet. And one of the great sources of that are walnuts. Walnuts are like a massive superfood, and they have a really high concentration of omega-3s. So I'm just rambling now about diet. So if you guys have any questions, we'll kind of get onto that or conversation topics. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention, because we do a lot of nutrition content on here. We've had lots of chats with Jason and Dr. Jamie Abatey, who's an avian vet, that sort of thing. But for anyone who's still like, I don't know how to do it, I can't just, if you're not confident, that is a perfect way to start and be like, okay, am I meeting the vitamin K? Am I meeting the vitamin C and all the B vitamins and that kind of thing? Because you'll find that a lot of things overlap as well. So it's not like you have to feed 30 different things because you want to meet all the needs of these. Sometimes, a food will have a high amount of various different things. So definitely go and check out the book. As I said, if you want to support the channel, you can get it from my Amazon store. If you've got it already, that's amazing. Or if you're in another part of the world, then do go and check it out. And I'm going to have a drink while I have a quick peek at the chat. And then see how we're getting on. Olive and Charlie are just chilling on top of Chip and Fish's cage. It's kind of like their safe space if they get spooked by Louis making a noise or a magpie outside. That's where they like to kind of fly to. Yeah, Klaus, our cockatiels don't typically use the treat straws as much. They prefer, one of the things that we do for them for out of cage time is we'll have like little ramekins, like for anyone in the UK, like the little goo desserts. You know, we eat the dessert, ramekin in the dishwasher, get it out, and then we cut up paper straws just into little segments, put some millet in there, and then they can just throw them around. They don't typically kind of hold the straws and kind of take the treats out, but they still enjoy straws in different ways. Is it better to use F10 to clean? I believe so, yes. Not just because I did a sponsored video with them, but it is proven to be, you know, in actual clinical settings to be very effective against lots and lots of pathogens. So yeah, we use F10 all the time. We use it around the house as our like household cleaner as well. Alice, I have the older book. Would you still say it's worth getting this one? Yes, there is some overlapping information, but there's updated information. I just think it's worth having both of them. I think they're really valuable. I'm always going back to them, even though I've had them for a long time, even though, you know, we like to think that we know a fair bit about, you know, what actually goes into our birds' food. I'm always referencing them, you know, cross-referencing and things like that. So I do recommend that book. I think it's awesome. Let's have a quick peek at the chat. The chat moves so quick sometimes. I do try and keep up. The text is so small though. I wish I would do something for people like me to make it bigger. I have tried to like pop out the chat and then make it really big, but then I can't see myself on screen and then I'll end up being like over here and you won't even see me. So we make do. Okie dokie. Yvonne, my JJ lost his sibling for 8 years. I'm really sorry to hear that. Been grieving, calls and calls for her. Try to keep him busy. Grief is very difficult with parrots. We don't want to anthropomorphize too much, and I also don't want to say that animals can't feel certain things, but it's very difficult for them to process when things change sometimes. If he's not eating, I would say just get any food into him for the time being, even if it's slightly unhealthier stuff, because you want him to be keeping up his strength. You don't want him to be losing any weight, although sometimes that can happen a little bit when birds are grieving. And we also find that trying to keep a bit of a routine like before, try and keep things familiar and normal can help. And also increasing kind of structured training and that kind of thing can also mentally and physically tire out a bird. And that can help with reducing, you know, excess time for grieving. But it's also a process as well, like with any animal really, you know, we can't put a time frame on when birds can get used to certain things. All we can do is to help them through extra training, through just making sure they're getting, you know, anything into their body food-wise if they are struggling. Can you have nuts like walnuts in a soaking mix? I prefer to keep nuts separate. I've got like a box of organic nuts, no peanuts or anything like that, and I soak nuts separately. I think it's just a little bit better to do it that way. Also, different nuts have different soaking times. For example, walnuts are normally about 4 to 6 hours to soak, and I have soaked them longer to check, and sometimes they go a bit weird. So I prefer to keep them out of my soaking mix, because my soaking mix is very much like an 8 to 12 hours, usually kind of ingredients of soaking. I am planning on doing a video on that. I'm just waiting till I run out of my batch so I can rebuy it and then just make the content when I'm doing it anyway. But I prefer to have my nuts separate and soak them separately. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, also, Yvonne, yeah, I mean, Gina's talking about contacting a vet. You know, there are herbal things that you can offer to help birds sort of calm a little bit. Obviously, no amount of food and that kind of thing is going to like stop them from grieving or anything like that, but you can offer things like fresh mint if he's willing to interact with that, which is calming. Tulsi tea is amazing. Even dried tulsi, which is also known as holy basil, is amazing because it helps the body cope with stress. Actually, like Oh dear. Actually, like proven in human trials that it helps the body actually process and cope with stress, which I think is really interesting, which is why we always have it on hand. I think it did help with stopping Kipling's plucking. So yeah. Sorry, Barney. I don't mean to get him all excited. Yes, A Parrot's Healthy Dining Go Raw is that book. Definitely worth having a little peek. Right, yes, the teas. Yeah, there's loads of different teas in different parts of the world. Polly's Natural Parrot Boutique has teas in the UK. In the US, you've got biodiversity bird blends and some on China Prairie, or you can just get the straight cut flowers that are made for humans, like the Tulsi tea. Chamomile as well is very good. Anything like that. Do you have a favourite food you prepare or offer to your birds? Yeah, actually. So our guys, all of them. I'm going to go and get Charlie in a second. He's like, I want to wind up Pickles. Bear with me 1 second. You going to come here? You're Charlie, good boy. Oh, he's very smart. Are you coming? Okay, Olive doesn't want to come. Should we tell everybody how you love lemongrass? I've actually got some in the fridge. You love it, don't you? Birdie bird. Baby bird. I love you. And we're going to have some lemongrass tomorrow, aren't we? And we've got some in the dry mix anyway. But something I made the other day for the first time in ages was popcorn, wasn't it? So I just get organic popping corn from Whole Foods store. The way that I prepare it is I put it in a microwave safe bowl, put a plate over the top of the microwave safe bowl, which is also microwave safe, just so the popcorn doesn't go everywhere. Put it in the microwave for like about 3 minutes, wasn't it? And then just wait for it to stop popping. And it's always really hot when it comes out. Just take the plate off the top, just so it's not like all sweaty and weird. And most of the birds, baby, what do you want to say? I love you. Thank you. I don't need tongues. Yeah, so popcorn is really fun. Lou and Kipling hadn't had it before here, or they'd had like a tiny piece in another mix. And they were wild for it instantly. Like, oh my goodness, this is the most amazing thing. They had so much fun. Pickles and Scampi always love it. Scampi ended up putting his in the water, so we had to change that water out. Chip and Fish love it. Olive likes it, but Mr. Charlie Bear didn't know what to do with it, did you? You say hello, everyone. Yeah, good boy. So Charlie didn't really know what to do with the popcorn, but we'll keep trying occasionally. Obviously, with any popcorn, don't add anything to it. No salt and sugar. You can add like dried herbs or spices like cayenne pepper, that sort of thing, or bird safe cinnamon if you wanted to spice things up a bit, but we just offer it plain. And I make some for myself. I'm trying to be a little bit healthier. I've been really bad recently because when I get stressed, I like to eat. And I've been trying to make like a homemade kind of healthier. Am I doing this wrong? Do you want this? Homemade healthier like trail mix type thing. So I got some like, whole wheat crunchy pretzels. I got some salted edamame, some spicy chickpeas, and put some plain popcorn in there. It was quite nice. I was munching on some before the live stream, so that was fun. And then tomorrow I'm getting up at 6 a.m. just to go for like an hour and a half's walk. It means I avoid everybody. And I can go and exercise before the birds get up, because once the birds get up, it's just non-stop birds until they go to bed. So I don't always find time for what we need to do we? You gonna go for a poo? Thank you so much. I absolutely love it when you poo on me. Oh dear, I just spilled apple juice all over myself as well. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Ponytails. Very kind of you. I hope you enjoy the book. Get your tail out of the way. It is a really good book. Lots of useful information in there. Always good fun, and we love a good book. Excuse me. Have you considered doing a detailed series or single video like how things directly affect birds, like smoking, unsafe cookware, unhealthy foods? Ages ago, when I first started my channel, I did like a common dangers for pet parrots sort of two-parter. I'm planning on redoing it. Again, with a lot of this stuff, it takes a lot of time to plan and get things off the mark and script. My videos aren't really scripted, but like actually get the information down that I want to say. Not planning on doing videos on smoking. I don't like to have too much sort of detailed health content. We try and avoid saying disease names because I don't want to upset anybody. But obviously, you should go out saying that any kind of smoking is not safe for birds. So I'd like to think that people know that, but apparently, as we saw on TikTok and stuff like that recently, people just don't care. But you know, for some people, you can only say so much; they're not going to listen to you. But that's a whole other kettle of fish. But yes, in terms of like how things interact with the body, I'm planning on doing something like that, going into a bit more detail about sort of non-stick cookware, that kind of thing, because it is very, very dangerous. And just redoing kind of the common dangers, because if you guys saw recently, we had to buy a new bed because ours was really, really old, like falling apart and stuff. It's just like terrible secondhand thing. And if you didn't know, brand new mattresses, especially memory foam ones, do something called off-gassing, which can be exceptionally toxic to birds. It's a good job David kind of made a off-the-cuff comment to me, because I was like, okay, let's just look this up. And it's really dangerous. A lot of furniture does off-gassing, but mattresses and sometimes sofas in particular are very, very toxic. So we had to get like a mattress that had been like on the show floor of a shop. So it'd been off-gassing obviously for ages because it had been on the show floor. Wasn't my first choice, but you know, saved a little bit of money on it because it wasn't like completely brand new. But that's something to bear in mind, that you know, basically everything is dangerous for birds, which is always good fun, isn't it, Charlie? So yeah, that kind of thing is on my radar of stuff to do. If you guys ever want to message me and be like, please put this in the video because this is really dangerous, please do, because it'd be nice to kind of collate as many things as possible, maybe make it into a series, that kind of thing. I know there are various lists online and free downloads and stuff like that, but you know, some people prefer video content, so that's why I'm planning on doing that. So yes. Let's have a look at, where's my mouse gone? It's here. Is it actually? Oh, okay. Olive and Charlie are having a little cuddle up there, so I'm not going to disturb them just yet. Keanu, yes, birds don't have the taste receptors for spice in their mouth, so they can have the hottest chilies like Scotch bonnet chilies and ghost chilies, and they're fine. If I have them, just no, like awful. I can't, like, I can cope with bell peppers. That's my level of spice. I do terrible with spice. I like the taste, but the heat, I just can't cope with it. I'm terrible. Right, let's have a look. How many taste buds parrots have compared to ours? We have, I think it's like 10,000. I'm trying to remember the slide from our nutritional enrichment course. We've got like about 10,000 taste buds, whereas parrots have up to about 400, which obviously isn't a lot, but in terms of how many other bird species have, it is a lot for a bird, about 400. And most of it is on the roof of their mouth and the back of their throat rather than actually on their tongue. I actually have a video, spoiler alert for anyone who's on the live stream. I've got a video coming up all about parrot tongues. It sounds really niche, but they're fascinating. And that is going to be part of the video as well, and all that kind of stuff. So that's coming soon. When I actually have a second to film it, I've scripted it and everything. I just haven't actually filmed it. But there's lots of really, really interesting things I want to share with you in that video. And I'd like to do more anatomy style videos. I've had a digestive system video scripted for a really long time, and I just haven't got around to filming it. And I think there's been like a little bit of burnout as well with this whole weird algorithm thing that's been going on with YouTube. I don't like to moan about it every live stream, but it always seems to come back to it. But so since the introduction of YouTube Shorts, our long form normal videos just don't really get seen. And obviously, when I'm putting out these videos, I want them to reach as many parrot owners as possible so I can help as many people as possible. So sometimes doing these really big detailed videos and then them not actually being seen by people who need them is a little bit disheartening. But, you know, Darrell, one taste bud and it's only for seed. But yeah, Pickles has one, it's only for fruit. So silly. I'm thinking, should we, given that Pickles and Scampi, given that Olive and Charlie are just chilling over there, I'm thinking, should we put you home and get somebody else out? What are we thinking? It's either going to be Chip and Fish or Pickles and Scampi, as I say every time, because Louis and Kipling can't be trusted when they're out, because I know he will absolutely destroy the laptop and then end the live stream, so they can't come out. So vote in the comments, Chip and Fish or Pickles and Scampi. Let me know what you want. Juliet, you're more than welcome. About Easy Chick, so many birds just, their lives have changed since being introduced to substrate, and we're not just saying that because of being a brand ambassador for Easy Chick. Like, any substrate that's species appropriate is so game changing for cage setups and things like that. So Mr. Teeny, don't worry, it's okay, you're here. all you've missed is noise. I've missed loads of the chat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So noisy. Right, let me have a look at the chat. Guys, let me know who you want. Charlie's like, I'm not going in. Keanu, Charlie is a crimson bellied con, yeah. And that's okay, Guy. Don't worry. You can always watch it back later. They're giving me a headache, to be honest. Okay, let's have a look at the chat. Yeah, parrot anatomy is fascinating, Adara. I have done sort of things like this before, like how to care for your bird's beak, their feet, respiratory system, and feathers. So if anyone hasn't seen that before, do check those videos out. They were a little bit of a long time ago, but I really enjoyed making them. Thank you very, very much, Alice. Part of the Naughty Club again. You're very naughty and very generous. Thank you very, very much for being so kind and for being here today. It's very, very sweet of you. Oh, that went a bit weird. Okay, we're all saying chip and fish. Right, give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves. And I'm just going to go and put Olive and Charlie back and get chip and fish out. But yeah, thank you very much, Alice. It's very kind of you. Oh my goodness. Olive. There we go. Oh, you're so clever, aren't you? Box. So smart. I know, Charlie Bear. Okay, right. Where are these naughty brothers? There we go. Oh, okay. See you later then. They're not used to this setup. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. Iris, thank you very much. I love the emoji as well, like the dancing pair. Thank you very much for your generosity. You're very naughty and you're already very generous. So thank you very much. Okay, well, there's your chip and fish content. Let's see where they've gone. Hair in my mouth. Where have you gone? Oh, there they are. Going to chew up the curtain rail. Yeah, we're going to chew it up. Fantastic. So naughty. I'll have to get them down in a second. Where was I? Can you hear them chewing? They're so naughty. So naughty. And they know that I can barely reach. So I have to get the stool to go and get them down, and they get plenty of wall in their mouth. But again, I don't want to reinforce it by always going over there, because we made that mistake a long time ago and then they'd always fly up there. And don't worry if you guys are late or you only just joined. I'm grateful that you're here today. Alternative to substrate. If you can't use Easy Chick, you can use untreated and unscented dust-free pine shavings. But if you can't use anything like that at all, as somebody said, Adara, yeah, you can just use like plain white printer paper, and you can use like a foraging tray with foot toys and stuff like that, and other kinds of things, shredded white paper, that sort of thing would be fine. Can you make a video of your favourite bird products, or have you already done one? I've kind of done like a playlist of them, of like toy hauls and things like that, new products. I feel a bit weird doing it in this kind of climate because... Oh, hello, Chibi. What's those wingy wings? Oh my, look at those chibi wings. Oh my goodness. Can you say hello, everybody? Yeah, it feels a bit weird doing like hauls and showing off products in this current climate because of the cost of living crisis. But there are a lot of things on that playlist. It's like bird toy and treat haul videos. And there's a lot of chaos going on at the moment. And David's just come home. Parrots on wheels, you are so naughty. My goodness, what you mustn't. Thank you so much. It's very, very generous of you. We appreciate you so much. And that's just, yeah. So, oh, you guys, so naughty. I'm going all like flustered now. Thank you very much. And then Keanu, again, I love the emoji, but thank you very much. It's very generous of you. Welcome to the Naughty Club. What is going on? You guys, I think I'm going a bit red. Thank you very much, Mr. Teeny. You are amazing. We appreciate you very much. I'm just, and then Jessica as well. Thank you, just guys. you don't have to, you know, times are tough and things like that, but thank you so much. I know I say this anytime anyone does anything like that, and I don't expect it. We don't ask for it, nothing like that. Like, I appreciate each and every one of you for just watching our videos, interacting with our content, sharing it with other like-minded people. It's just, oh my God. I'm not crying today. We're not doing it. It doesn't matter how many of you do this. I'm not crying today. Oh my God, I can't even keep up. So I'm going to get to you all, but thank you very much, Mr. Teeny, Parrots on Wheels, Keanu, everyone who's already done it already. It's just, there's too many of you. Oh my goodness. Whew, okay, Laura, you're just so generous and very naughty. Again, love the emoji as well. Thank you so much for being here, and you know, just amazing. You're really, really lovely. And then, you know, Gina, love you too. Appreciate you. OG, like, super fan. Thank you so much. I love all of you. You're all amazing. You're all wonderful. And we're very, very lucky to have so many wonderful people in this community who are so supportive and just want the best for their birds. And you're all just amazing. And anyone who's not doing it, please don't think that anyone has to do this to get my attention. I'm trying to get around to all the comments, but I'm just a bit blown away at the moment. Thank you very much. It's just very kind of you, and I'm just a bit flustered now. I'm like, what's going on? What was I saying? Wow, okay, I just look what you guys have done. What was I even saying? I've got to scroll so far up in the chat now. I'm just totally bamboozled. And now chipperfish is just going to start chewing. Okay, what is the ratio of F10? Depends which type you get. The super concentrate or just concentrate or ready to use. It really depends which one you buy. You can always message me about that, and I can let you know. Yes, sorry, Ferret Grammar, if you're allergic to different woods, I'm really sorry to hear that. And yes, you can just use like shredded paper. You can get a paper shredder of your own and just like shred your own. It'll probably be quite cost effective. Oh my goodness, so much scrolling. So much naughtiness today. Yeah, just thanks, guys. Are all types of F10 safe for birds? If you're talking about the actual disinfectant, then yes, they're safe for all animals. Apart from invertebrates, because obviously they absorb, and amphibians, that sort of thing. You wouldn't normally leave it on there. I need to get these boys down in a minute because they're just chewing the wall. You don't want that. The other place that you recommend getting bird toys from, where are you in the world? And I will let you know. Thank you for coming, Guy. But yes, if anyone wants any recommendations, let me know where you are in the world, or just say your country. You don't have to say like your address. That's really weird. You know, just where you are in the world so I can recommend the store. Oh my goodness. David is just crashing and banging out there because he's just come home. You've already done it once. What are you doing? Singapore 6. You're very naughty. Good. Oh my goodness, right. Thank you very much. Very, very sweet of you. Very naughty. That's the second time you've done it, and thank you. And then Klaus is just coming in like, hi. Thank you very much, Klaus. Again, we appreciate you. We appreciate you being here. And I'm loving all of these little like GIF emoji things that are coming with them. It's very, very generous of you guys. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm going to get Chip and Fish and see if they're actually going to come down and join us, because it's just me saying thank you for this whole live stream. So bear with me 1 second. Oh my goodness. Right, let's take a breather. And let's get you boys down. Okay, we've got one at each end, so I can't reach any of you. Yeah, you can come in. You can get the boys down because I can't reach. David's here. It's chaos time. Oh my goodness. There he is. Oi, 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 oi.
What are you doing up there?
Oh my goodness. Okay. Right, where am I? Yeah, F10, as I was saying, is made for all animals, but I wouldn't use it with invertebrates or amphibians. Carefresh is not scented, but we've noticed that the quality has really gone down in Carefresh to use as a substrate. It's very dusty at the moment, so that is not good. Hello, everybody. Bird One is in the US, so for toys, I recommend Planet Pleasures. They are like one of the best toy brands in the US. They have amazing natural toys. My Safe Bird store has loads of toy parts, so you can make your own, loads of really cool stuff like bell pods and mahogany pods and things like that. If anybody else in the US has any recommendations of places you'd love to buy from, leave them in the chat so we can all have a peek. I'm talking so fast because I'm just like, what is going on? Do you want to say anything?
I don't have anything to say.
Okay, there you go. He's got nothing to say, nothing to add. Oh my goodness. Okay, right. Yeah, for some specific things with F10, you have to make a stronger dose. Again, always read the labels and stuff like that, or you can message me and I can let you know. But it is a very, very effective disinfectant. What about introducing a friend in a separate cage? If you feel that he's ready for that, then yes, I have my Bonding Two Birds video, which talks about how to start that process. Ponus says hello. Lots of people are saying hello.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Yeah, you could potentially introduce a friend, but obviously that's not necessarily going to solve everything. But watch Bonding Two Birds videos for that sort of information. The chat is going a little bit crazy.
It's good. Busy.
I can't keep up with it. Julia, I'm really happy to hear that your cockatiel is doing so well now that they're living with you. So that's wonderful, and thank you all for your very kind words. What if my bird doesn't like planet pleasures because it's too hard for him to destroy? So a lot of birds need to be taught how to play with toys. It's not like an instinctive thing. They know how to shred. Again, I've got a video on that about how to teach your bird how to play with toys. You can use positive reinforcement, just get them used to it. Planet pleasures are actually quite soft toys. For small birds, you recommend toys you can break apart with your fingernail. Things like palm leaf, balsa, solar, yucca, mahogany, paper, cardboard, all that kind of stuff. If you can break it apart with your fingernails, it's perfect for small type birds. And Planet Pleasures is just an amazing brand. So yeah, love it. Yes, the F10 soap one, it does have a smell. It is technically safe for birds, but I prefer to use everything unscented around ours, just purely for peace of mind. And the smell of it is not my favourite. It's like I can't remember what it is, just kind of like an earthy sort of smell, fresh smell, but it is actually animal safe. But I personally don't choose to use the one with the scent to it.
Big boy.
Okay.
Big man.
So Lebanon for bird toys. It's really tricky sometimes with certain places. You may have to buy from another country and pay for the shipping, which is a real shame. Maybe you can start your own bird toy business in there and make amazing toys. How cool would that be? You can also get creative with DIY stuff. We have various DIY videos on our channels about making toys. I've got another one I've been trying to film for ages. I just haven't had the time of more DIY toys that you can use from like stuff around the house, like cupcake cases, paper straws, cardboard, that sort of thing. So there's lots of different ways that you can make things work. Yeah, Gina's asking about like an Amazon US store. I did try and set up an Amazon US store, and it just went really weird. Nothing was working. There's some weird sort of tax things I don't understand. So the Amazon US store didn't work. Maybe if I can ever hire a YouTube expert, they can help me do that. But at the moment, it's not something that I'm able to do, unfortunately. But yeah. Yeah, it's just confusing. It's confusing enough being self-employed, let alone trying to work out tax stuff from another country. So that's always fun. But anyway, I've finally caught up. Oh no, I haven't caught up on the chat because Juliet's here. It's very, very sad, Juliet, for your cockatiel, but I'm so glad that he's with you now. Sounds like he is very, very happy, which is what we like to hear. It's really sad when birds have a difficult start in life. They don't deserve it. They're such precious little beans. Where are they? Are you having cuddles with Daddy? See, I love them to bits, but the cockatiels are kind of Daddy's boys. Fish probably kind of prefers me a little bit, but the cockatiels and Pickles, kind of Louis as well, are all like Daddy's babies, and then everyone else is favouring me. So we share, and it's all good. Okay. Would it be a bad idea to get a conure because I already have a cockatiel? So cockatiels generally get bullied a lot in the parrot world. They're so innocent and sweet, and unfortunately a lot of parrots are very bolshy and they can get bullied, so they may not get along. We always say that you can achieve tolerance with different bird species, but I'm not saying don't get one. I'm just saying
It can work sometimes, but
yeah.
it's better not to generally. Or be prepared that they're not going to get one. You have to look after them separately.
Yeah, separate outings, that kind of stuff, because, you know, a conure's beak is very dangerous, and we don't want any birds to come into any harm. Yeah, don't get crimson-bellied conure.
That's, unless you want like difficulty level extreme.
Yeah, we absolutely adore Kipling and Charlie, but we would not recommend them as a species to anybody because they're just so difficult. Yeah. Regarding the dowel perches, can you cut them up and make toys?
It'd be quite hard, really. It would be quite hard if your bird likes destroying hard stuff.
Well, that's what Dull Coral was saying, that they like to shred them. So if your bird actually likes to chew them, then go for it. You know, if you've already got the materials that like to chew them, then
shred a whole foot on the string.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go for it. I mean, not all birds are like that. If yours do, then why not? You know, reuse them, repurpose them. Adara is saying she always encourages people to try and get the same species. We agree to an extent. You know, we always recommend similar beak sizes because, you know, if we got a macaw trying to interact with a cockatiel, the cockatiel's going to get hurt. I can pretty much guarantee that's going to happen because that is a real danger factor with different size beaks. Different species, obviously, they can't always communicate in exactly the same way. They can communicate quite similarly. Obviously, we're not birds, so we can't communicate in the same way they can, but within different parrot species, they can. But ultimately, if they're the same species, they're more likely to be able to interact. So their preference, although obviously crimson bellieds and green cheeks are different types of conure, and we have two sets of those with one crimson belly and one green cheek, and that works fine. So it depends, but, you know, having a companion of the similar or same species is so valuable to birds, so definitely do it if you can. And I'm going to be around for another, like, 3 minutes. We've been zooming through this live chat. It's gone really quickly today because we're having so much fun. So, yes, any other questions, drop them in the chat now, or you can always DM me anytime. Always happy to chat to you guys. Is anyone scared of any type of animal? I'm scared of chimps. Chimps are terrifying. I mean, they're very dangerous. My goodness. I'm not scared of animals. The only animals I don't like are mosquitoes and wasps because they don't serve a purpose. They're just here to harm us. So I don't like mosquitoes and wasps. Anything else is good with me. I don't really have any fears of animals. So, but yeah, chimps. I would be scared if I was face to face with a chimp, to be honest, because they're very dangerous. Do your birds know any? Oh yeah, ticks as well. Let's add ticks into that. They're terrible too. Do your birds know any words? Yes. Oh God, so many different things. They say the home assistant's name. Pickles and Scampi can say their own names. Kipling can say Kip, Kipling, Louis, good boy, and gooey and big boy. Louis says Kipling, Louis. I think he's kind of said good boy before, like once.
Right, yeah.
Olive doesn't. She just mumbles, and Charlie just says everything. He's always talking. You know, love you, Charlie. Charlie, good boy. Charlie's good baby. What you doing?
Charlie, good boy.
All that kind of stuff. I think he's trying to say hello as well. He's kind of mumbling, but oh my goodness. If my pet still doesn't have F10, what can I use? I do have a video on my channel about bird safe cleaners, so I recommend checking that out because there's a few different options depending on what you have access to. I actually like cockroaches, not the kind that you find in your homes, but like Madagascar and hissing cockroaches are fascinating. They're actually really clean animals. Like when they come off of humans, they're like, oh, I need to clean myself because humans are gross. So yeah, not cockroaches you find like in places you don't want them, but cockroaches alone are actually really fascinating animals. Fish agrees. You could be a big boss man. Do you want to be a boss man for everyone while we're finishing up? I like spiders. I don't particularly like them in my house, but spiders and tarantulas I'm not scared of. Work with them a lot. They're all good by me. Yeah, disliking animals that consider you food. Yeah, I mean, no one wants to get eaten by an animal, do they? Although, you know, the crimsons kind of chew on us every day.
Not every day. Big boy.
Poor wasp, Stalkara. Sounds like a bad way to go. What is my job outside of YouTube? YouTube is a big part of what we do. David and I also run Best Behaved Birds, which is a bird training and behaviour consultancy. So we do online consultations, sometimes in person as well, helping people with their parrot care training and nutrition and all kinds of things, parrot behaviour challenges. We also have courses on there. We do both live cohorts and also courses you can buy to watch back. I also work at a zoo called Cedars Nature Centre. Previously a zookeeper, now I kind of do more sort of presenting, animal meet and greets, that sort of thing when I have the time, because it's more of like a casual basis, because we're so busy with our work now with all things parrots, which I'm really, really happy about. Phobia. Oh. Alligators and crocodiles, I think they're cool. I love snakes, work with snakes a lot. Again, all these things are amazing. You just don't necessarily want them coming into your house uninvited. And I'm glad that you guys have been enjoying this live, which I'm now going to wrap up. So just very quickly, so at college I did animal management. I went to uni for animal behaviour and welfare. I've been working with animals in zoos, farms and wildlife parks for about 14 years. Any tips of going to uni? Get your head down and study as hard as you can. Do as much external research as you can, extra courses. Get a head start on your assignments. Work your socks off. Get lots of volunteering experience in lots of different places with lots of different animals. You can always message me anytime. I could go on for ages. Obviously, it's kind of unique to people who want to work with animals like as a profession. So thank you so much. You guys are so lovely. I've been blown away by this live stream and your generosity and how kind you are. Just thank you for all being here today. It's been wonderful as usual. We absolutely love our lives. Make sure you are subscribed to the Parrot Teacher. Where is he? There he is. For the next live, we kind of alternate every couple of weeks with doing our lives, and we're normally in each other's in some fashion. So it's always good fun. But thank you so much for being here today, guys. It's been wonderful to chat to you all. I hope you enjoyed the live. And from me and all the birds and David as well, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having an amazing day. Thank you for coming. Take care and see you later.